What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Now, AEW All Out is just days away, so what will AEW do on Dynamite to hype its upcoming pay-per-view? Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Dynamite, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Braun Strowman return confirmed, an unhappy AEW Star leaves, a big main roster call-up, WWE's plans for The Undertaker, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and a non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Now, as always, we start off with the good is number 1, Moxley roast Punk on the mic. Jon Moxley delivered a scathing promo where he made it clear he has zero sympathy for Punk and that it was just the beginning, as Mox questioned Punk's heart and mocked his ego and fragile body. Moxley issued an open challenge for All Out, lining things up for an epic response from Punk's mentor and trainer, Ace Steel. Number 2, Ace Steel rallies Punk to wrestle Moxley at All Out. Now, we don't understand why the All Out build Moxley vs Punk has been so last minute, but AEW does deserve credit for at least building up a strong story, albeit rushed, of Punk coming back too soon from an injury, getting destroyed and feeling sorry for himself, but that is until Ace Steel slaps some sense into him. Again, this was rushed, which took away from some of the drama, but at this point it's the best fans are gonna get. Number 3, Moxley's rowdy rebuttal. Jon Moxley responded to Punk accepting his challenge with a second fiery promo that reiterated what he said the first time. He's ready to take Punk's head off, and if he thinks he has another miracle, he'd better find it soon. In some respects, Moxley sounded like an old school heel as he again questioned Punk's heart. Is a heel turn coming, or is this just Mox being Mox? Number 4, more intrigue with Garcia and Jericho. As Daniel Garcia veering away from his heel run with the Jericho Appreciation Society, or is he setting Bryan Danielson up for a wicked swerve? At this point, fans don't know, and AEW is going to do a good job keeping them in suspense. While we're not sure if there's room in the Blackpool Combat Club for Daniel Garcia, there's a problem AEW will have to figure out down the road. Number 5, fantastic trios match. If last night's main event is any reflection of what the trios division will be like, fans are in for an added level of excellence to AEW's already terrific tag team division. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks battled against Will Ospreay and Aussie Open was a pay-per-view level match that could have easily been the finals for the tournament. It wasn't, and AEW needs to ensure that the finals match at least matches this one, otherwise the fans are going to be disappointed in whoever wins the trios titles. Number 6, Big Cass in AEW. W. Morrissey, aka former WWE superstar Big Cass, returned to AEW, and as good old JR is fond of saying, business is about to pick up. AEW could be Morrissey's venue for proving he's a top star after personal demons threatened to end his career and actually his life. Morrissey had a good run in Impact, and he could have an even better one in AEW if he can navigate the crowded lanes of the AEW roster. Now, on a side note, Tony Schiavone standing up to Stockley Hathaway was a pleasant change of pace from the usual trope of announcers being menaced and acting cowardly. Number 7, another money promo from Christian. Christian Cage continues to deliver strong promos against Jungle Boy, playing the cocky heel and giving fans every reason to want to see Jungle Boy clean his clock. Christian is one of the most underrated workers in the industry, and this match has the potential to be one of the best on the card. But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, squash match on a go-home show? A Wardlow and FTR squash match was a waste of time because fans should already be familiar with their work. AEW should have found a way to show why Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns are a threat to the babyfaces, and in this, they failed, rendering their all-out match as pointless as last night's squash. Number 2, Jack Hager in a rut. Is Jack Hager a main event star with an AEW World Heavyweight Championship in his future? Well, given the other talent in AEW, it seems unlikely, but that doesn't mean Hager should be serving as the Jericho Appreciation Society's go-to job guy for singles matches. Hager has enough talent that he should be wrestling more and winning more. AEW has enough titles, and we could see Hager holding a belt like the All-Atlantic Championship or a tag title. At 40, he should be doing much more as he has the mat skills, MMA skills, and the size to stand out. And number 3, a weak build-up for a pay-per-view. Despite some strong promos, last night's Dynamite was surprisingly weak for a go-home show. This isn't surprising, as All Out has been one of the AEW's most poorly promoted pay-per-views since the company began. Up until last night's Dynamite, AEW only had a handful of matches listed for the show, giving fans no idea whether it was worth dropping $50 on. But at least there was nothing downright ugly about last night's show. It was a disappointing go-home show, but it did still have fans excited about All Out. What do you guys think of Dynamite this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our top story looks at Braun Strowman's WWE return confirmed. Our top in today's news is a possible spoiler for the rumored return of former WWE superstar Braun Strowman, but as you know, there's been lots of chatter about Strowman possibly returning to the WWE, with the Monster Among Men's name being one of many reportedly being discussed by WWE officials. But now PW Insider is reporting the talk is over and the former Universal Champion's return is imminent. Former WWE Universal Champion Braun Strowman is returning to World Wrestling Entertainment, PWInsider.com has learned. Multiple WWE sources confirmed this morning Strowman will be at this Monday's Raw in Kansas City. Now nothing else has been confirmed regarding Strowman's new deal or what type of storyline is planned. All I'm saying is I just feel sorry for EC3. Guess he has to control the narrative on his own. Next up, did Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston make peace? A report from PW Insider suggests that whatever heat Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston had is now over. The site reported that both wrestlers met backstage and shook hands, apparently stating all matters were in the past. Of course, if this was a wrestling storyline, Chris Jericho would have shaken Kingston's hand and made peace before promptly throwing a fireball at his face. Next up, an unhappy AEW Star leaves. Did AEW President Tony Khan take "there's a plenty of fish in the sea" approach to the talent with Bobby Fish, or did the former member of the Undisputed Era leave on his own? At this point, all fans know is that Fish has left All Elite, and it's unknown what's next for him. Dave Meltzer discussed the situation on the Wrestling Observer Radio, saying, "Done. It's confirmed, he's done. Whatever the deal was, either he was not offered a renewal, or he chose not to be renewed. He said some things. He had complained on his podcast about not getting enough matches. Fish was just one of many hires in AEW that have slipped through the cracks in terms of being promoted. But as we'll see in our next story, AEW's surplus of talent doesn't seem to be keeping Tony Khan from hiring more wrestlers. As next up, more talent being signed to AEW. Should the AEW Galaxy expect more wrestlers to join the promotion? Well, Tony Khan hinted at this during an appearance on Busted Open Radio, and he claimed, by Sunday at All Out and in general, it's going to be the strongest and best the roster has ever been. People will have to watch All Out to see what I mean by that. Or whether you love AEW or hate it, there's no denying that Khan has stayed away from bait and switch tactics of announcing signings or other big announcements without delivering. While AEW may have too many wrestlers on its roster, it sounds like more are coming in. Next up, a big main roster call-up. Is the Bloodline actually getting a new member? While Sami Zayn seems to think he's about to become an honorary Uso, the rumors of Jey and Jimmy Uso's younger brother Solo Sikoa joining the group are coming up again. PW Insider is reporting Solo's promotion from NXT to the main roster is imminent, which has already led to talk that he'll be introduced on 2nd September when Roman Reigns celebrates his 2 years as Universal Champion. Naturally, this won't be good news for Sami Zayn, but anyone who thinks Sami was going to join the Head of the Tables faction is delusional, well, including Sami. Do you guys think the Bloodline needs another member, and does this spell trouble for Drew McIntyre's bid to win the Undisputed Championship? And finally, WWE's plans for The Undertaker. And last but not least, it appears WWE is looking to find more ways to utilize The Undertaker, which makes sense as he remains one of the most beloved superstars in WWE history. Taker has been performing his Dead Man Show, a one-man show where he interacts with fans, and according to PW Insider, the WWE is working to come up with additional ways to utilize The Undertaker going forward post-retirement. What do you think he should do? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.